Understanding and expressing concepts related to human rights and social justice is crucial for discussions on ethical, legal, and societal issues. Here's a detailed explanation with examples. Vocabulary for human rights. Human rights. Definition: fundamental rights and freedoms that every person is entitled to, irrespective of race, gender, nationality, religion, or other factors. 1. Example: the Universal Declaration of Human Rights outlines basic human rights such as the right to life, liberty, and security of person. 2. Civil liberties. Definition: personal freedoms and legal protections that safeguard individuals from government actions. 1. Example: freedom of speech, religion, and privacy are considered essential civil liberties. 2. Social justice. Definition: the fair distribution of resources, opportunities, and privileges within a society, ensuring equal access and treatment for all. 1. Example: advocates for social justice work towards eliminating disparities in education, healthcare, and employment. 2. Discrimination. Definition: unjust or prejudicial treatment of individuals or groups based on characteristics such as race, gender, religion, or disability. 1. Example: discrimination in the workplace based on age is against the law in many countries. 2. Marginalization. Definition: the process by which certain groups are pushed to the fringes of society, often resulting in reduced access to resources and opportunities. 1. Example: indigenous communities are often marginalized, facing challenges in preserving their cultures and securing basic rights. 2. Vocabulary for social justice activism. Advocacy. Definition: public support or promotion of a particular cause, idea, or policy. 1. Example: human rights activists engage in advocacy to raise awareness about issues like gender equality or LGBTQ+ rights. 2. Empowerment. Definition: the process of enabling individuals or communities to take control of their lives and address systemic issues. 1. Example: education programs are crucial for the empowerment of marginalized communities. 2. Solidarity. Definition: unity and support among individuals or groups, especially in the pursuit of common goals. 1. Example: workers went on strike in solidarity with their colleagues facing unjust labor conditions. 2. Intersectionality. Definition: the interconnected nature of social categories, such as race, gender, and class, that can result in overlapping systems of discrimination. 1. Example: intersectionality recognizes that the experiences of a black woman may differ from those of a white woman due to the combined impact of race and gender. 2. Allyship. Definition: the supportive and active role of individuals or groups who are not directly affected by a particular form of discrimination but work to challenge and dismantle it. 1. Example: men can be allies in the fight for gender equality by advocating for women's rights and challenging sexist behaviors. 2. Vocabulary for legal protections. Due process. Definition: the fair treatment and legal proceedings that every individual is entitled to when facing accusations or legal action. 1. Example: ensuring due process is a fundamental aspect of protecting human rights in legal systems. 2. Civil rights. Definition: rights that protect individuals from discrimination and ensure equal participation in society. 1. Example: the Civil Rights Act of 1964 aimed to end racial segregation and protect the voting rights of African Americans. 2. Constitutional rights. Definition: rights protected by a country's constitution, ensuring the basic freedoms and protections of its citizens. 1. Example: the right to freedom of expression is a constitutional right in many democratic nations. 2. Legal protections for vulnerable groups. Definition: laws and regulations designed to safeguard the rights of groups that may face increased vulnerability or discrimination. 1. Example: anti-discrimination laws protect the rights of individuals with disabilities in employment and public services. 2. Expressing injustices. Exploitation. Definition: unfair or unjust use of someone's labor or resources for another's gain. 1. Example: child labor is a form of exploitation that deprives children of their right to education and a safe environment. 2. Inequality. Definition: the state of being unequal, especially in terms of access to resources, opportunities, and privileges. 1. Example: economic inequality can lead to disparities in healthcare, education, and employment. 2. Oppression. Definition: prolonged and unjust treatment or control over a group, often involving the abuse of power. 1. Example: the fight against racial oppression has been a central theme in various civil rights movements. 2. Systemic injustice. Definition: injustices deeply embedded in societal systems and structures. 1. Example: systemic racism refers to the pervasive discrimination faced by racial and ethnic minorities in various aspects of life. 2. Important considerations. Cultural sensitivity. Use language that respects and acknowledges diverse cultural perspectives when discussing human rights and social justice. 1. Nuanced use of terms. Be aware of the nuances in the usage of terms to accurately convey the complexities of social justice issues. 1. Historical context. Understanding the historical context of social justice movements can deepen your appreciation of the ongoing struggle for human rights. 1. By incorporating these terms into your vocabulary, you can effectively engage in conversations, write about, and advocate for human rights and social justice issues.